Hello. Sorry about that. Apparently my screencast does not want to provide audio when I'm using my Google Slides and trying to watch a video. So my apologies. I found a really easy to understand, clear video that explains the difference between reliability and validity. So this is the link here. I invite you to please go check it out. It's only 3 minutes long. I really wanted to be able to play it for you. I'll have to figure that out for the next chapter. So in the meantime, please do check that out. And we're on to our last section about ethical principles in human and animal research. As I'm sure you know, ethical standards are designed to protect the welfare of both human and animal subjects in psychological research. Just to lay a little more context for you. Each university has their research boards. I've got a picture there. That's King's. So what happens is when you have a research, when you have an experiment or anything, you want to do focus groups, interviews, anything that you want to explore using animals or humans, you have to create a proposal that you submit to the ethics board. They meet about 4 times a year, so you have to make sure you time that correctly. And they'll go through and they'll often come back with 3, 4, or 35 revisions. And you make your revisions and you go back through and eventually you will get passed. Usually you'll get passed as long as you explain what you're doing and then you have research to back up what you're doing. Then you get your approval. Okay? So, ethics states, you must protect and promote the welfare of your participants, avoid doing harm. Sometimes they feel that what you're doing in an experiment or in a focus group, some of their questions might be doing harm. So they'll ask you about that. Not carry out any studies unless the probable benefit is proportionally greater than the risk. If there is some possibility of you upsetting the participants, the benefit of you finding that information has to be greater than that. Provide informed consent. Oral or written consent is usually required. Written. Reasonable steps must be made to ensure the consent is not coerced. You never want a participant to come back and contact the university and say, I said I would, but that's because, Laura said something, or I felt pressured, or you never want them to be able to, come back and say that. And ensure privacy and confidentiality. And then they talk a bit about deception. Things have changed over time quite a bit. Back in the 60s and 70s, they did, experiments using deception and all sorts of things they could do to humans and baby humans and whatnot. But they're pretty strict now. So anyways, deception, research involving deception is difficult to do now. And then if you are able to do it, the participants must be fully debriefed after. Okay, so that is the end of chapter 2, mostly research methods and methodology. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to email me. We can have a Zoom meeting if you've got any questions at all about this, okay? All right, I'll see you in chapter 3.